Hey everyone, welcome to my new channel. My name is Victoria Trafford and I'm an education ambassador. On my recent live on the Sweet Squared Facebook page, many of you requested a tutorial on how I created my tortoiseshell look. Well, here it is. Please note that this is a tutorial for nail professionals. If you enjoy this video, I'd really appreciate it if you could give it a like and subscribe to my channel. I'm hoping to bring you more content using CND and Light Elegance professional products which are available to purchase by qualified professionals in the UK from Sweet Squared. If there's something that you would like to see, please drop any suggestions in the comments below. And to see more of my work, please follow me on my Instagram at victoria.trafford. If you're ready, let's get started. Aside from your usual CND products, you're going to need colours in Sweet Cider, Electric Orange, Phantom and Blackpool. These shades can be swapped out for other colours, however you may not get the same effect. After our base coat, we're going to apply 2 thin layers of Sweet Cider in CND Shellac, following the CND 5-point polish method. It's essential to apply these layers thin, as when we apply our tortoiseshell, we're going to be building up colour in quite a few layers. If applied too thickly, you may experience some chipping, peeling or wrinkling. We're going to cure in between coats as usual on button 2S in our CND LED lamp. Again, ensure that these layers are thin and even for our base colour. We're then going to move on to our first layer in our tortoiseshell design, using CND Shellac in Electric Orange. This is going to add some warmth to our design. We're going to apply thin, random patches of Electric Orange to the surface of the nail. The larger the nail, the larger the patches, or the more patches that you would apply. For a smaller nail, we'd apply less patches or smaller patches. We're going to take a gel brush that has been lightly dampened in Disperse or IPA. In a very light tapping motion, we're going to press the brush into the colour and blend out any hard lines around the perimeter. The aim here is not to aim for it to be perfect, but purely to blend out those hard lines. Remember that we are going to be applying quite a few layers, and the aim here is to create depth rather than perfection. When we finish blending that out, we're going to cure as usual on button 2S and move on to our next layer, which will be Phantom. We're going to apply it in the exact same manner as our Electric Orange, but we're going to keep the Phantom colour inside of the lines of your Electric Orange. Again, the darker the colour becomes, the more depth we're adding to our design. As we did before, once we're happy with the patches that we have applied, we're going to use our lightly dampened gel brush to blend out any hard lines. Again, it's important to make sure that we don't take Phantom any further out than our Electric Orange on our design. Once we've blended out, we're going to cure that on button 2S and apply more patches of Phantom to give extra depth. Once more, we're going to blend out any hard lines, and again, we're not taking that colour any further than our last layer. Again, once we're happy, we're going to cure and we're going to move on to our next layer of colour. As nail professionals, it's incredibly hard not to create something that's perfect. Try not to spend too much time perfecting this look. It will look better a little bit more raw. We're now moving on to our next layer and we're going to move on to Blackpool for added depth. Again, we're applying the colour in small patches to the surface, and we're trying not to cover over our Phantom, which is what's going to help it all blend out and add that additional depth. We're going to blend out just like all of the other layers, we're going to cure, and then we're going to move on to our next layer, which will be Electric Orange. This layer is going to be a little bit different. We're going to apply this more like a regular colour coat, however much thinner. We're going to start by sealing the free edge. We're then going to polish up to the cuticle line and get that really straight edge if we're working on a client. And then we're going to take that gel brush, but this time it's going to be dry. And we're going to pull the colour all of the way down the nail. Although Electric Orange is opaque in terms of coverage, if we apply it thin enough, we can create almost like a jelly-like texture or colour to the nail. Again, try not to aim for this to look too perfect, but we do want to make sure that we've got a thin and even coverage over the entire surface. When we're happy, we're going to cure that and button 2S as usual and move on to our final step. We're going to add some final patches of Blackpool to really deepen and darken that design. If you wish to do so, you can blend out that final layer of colour. When we're happy, we're going to cure that as usual on button 2S, and then we're going to move on to adding some foil. I've chosen to add Lecente bright gold foil to my design. I do feel that it gives it a little bit of extra depth. Another option will be to add some gold leaf. I'm going to give an incredibly light press into some of the areas between the darkest shade on my tortoiseshell design. This just adds additional depth after your top coat. Once you're happy, we're going to apply our final coating to protect our nail design. I'm going to use Xpress5, which has the fastest removal time of 5 minutes. I'm going to start by sealing the free edge and covering the rest of that nail surface to protect all of my foil on all of those layers of colour. We're going to cure as usual on button number 3 and remove our inhibition layer to reveal that shine and design. I really hope that this video has been helpful for you. I'd really appreciate it if you have enjoyed it to give me a like and subscribe to my channel. If you've got any questions about the featured design, or if there's anything that you would like to see in the future, please drop it into the comment section below. Thanks very much.